Oh, LGBTQ um, Q&A. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the or follow the instructions in the video description. You can leave them down below. You can check out my social media and leave me a question there. Just make sure you use the hashtag VlogMNQA. It's in the title. It's in the video description. Time to answer 7 questions. Or 6 questions, really. No one's telling you you can't fly the rebel flag. At least no one that I've heard is telling you that you can't fly the rebel flag. This is what Wikipedia says about the rebel flag. Having said that, a lot of people see the rebel flag, the bars and stars, a lot of people see that as a racist flag or a flag of prejudiced people. So we got the LGBT flag, which is for people that's supposed to be about inclusion. And then we've got the bars and stars, or the Confederate flag, or the Southern Cross, which may have originally been about the Confederacy, but now sees a lot of use as a flag that just as an example, the KKK uses it. So be careful with flying the flag. Now, this was on a video regarding George Floyd that I had posted, where the guy in the question is talking about George Floyd being pansexual. Since when did that come up? Why is that important to George Floyd being killed? And yeah, George Floyd was killed, and a lot of people are claiming racism on it. In fact, most of the people that I've seen are claiming racism on it. There was no self-defense. George Floyd, the cop that killed George Floyd, did not kill him out of self-defense. George Floyd did not have a weapon. He was not trying to fight back. He was being peaceful about it. If you want to go see the video on my channel, it shows him laying on the ground, not fighting back, and the cop killed him. So here's the thing. First off, that's not what the George Floyd videos were about. That's not what the George Floyd protests were about. Secondly, even if they were about that, which they weren't, That isn't what pansexuality is. It just means, if you break it down, the prefix pan means all. The way I see pansexuality, the way I see it, is you can have an attraction to a person regardless of who they are, regardless of what gender they are, regardless of the gender identity of the person. It does not have anything to do with pots and pans. I do have a video coming out, hopefully in the near future. I'm working on a video right now describing what pansexuality is. Oh, this question again. Well, as I said in the last Q&A video, I talked about this. Motherfucker wasn't looking. He was just trying to get through with his job. Wasn't paying attention to what was going on around him. Turned and ran me over. As I said earlier in this video, if we break it down, the word pan, the prefix pan, has nothing to do with kitchenware. Nothing to do with pots, nothing to do with pans, nothing to do with anything that comes into contact with food. The prefix pan means all. And it means I can have an attraction to somebody regardless of their gender, regardless of their gender identity. If they're, you know, cis man, cis woman, trans man, trans woman, non binary, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to be answering this 15 million times in the same video. So, just go back, rewatch the video if you don't understand. I'm currently, I know Q stands for queer, and it can mean, you know, one of a lot of things. The most common uses that I've heard for the word queer is either non-binary or um, basically is an umbrella term to cover either all the members of the LGBT community or you know all the members of a certain part of the LGBT community. Now, because I don't know a lot about how the word queer is used, I'm still looking into it. I do have videos planned on that coming out in the future. Beyond that, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section of the video or on one of my other social media platforms, or you can even leave a video question for me. Just make sure you upload the video to YouTube and use the hashtag VlogMNQ&A. That hashtag is in the video title, it's in the video description. Otherwise, just give me a like, subscribe if you haven't, hit that bell notification, all the stuff.